Oh hey, you guys are not gonna believe where I've been. I was lost in the Delta Quadrant for 7 years! Some time continuum shit and Q was there, I don't know what was happening.
She's a warm core on the dance floor. She's on full power, but she always wants more. She's a tripped out, gorgeous in Raymond Ford engage.
Now first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Chris A. Friesen. He's the one who did the sick video that you saw for my intro. My video editing skills extend to cutting and pasting and making photos go woo, woo. So thank you to Chris for that, it is awesome. You can find him on Twitter at Chris A. Friesen. I will post his Twitter tag down below and you can check that out. The creative juices just haven't been flowing lately, and I don't know if that's because I'm hitting the 4th year wall of cynicism at school, or maybe it's just because I'm busy as hell all the time. I did keep my Twitter and Facebook going because I wanted to keep in touch with all my fans, even during the dry spell of no videos. It's been interesting trying to balance time for this and everything else that I want to do with my life. But you are definitely one of those things. I want to do you. Shit. That is not what I meant to say. But what I meant to say is that I want you involved in my life. So I don't know why I'm keeping you waiting, let's get right into it. There are a couple cool Trek things that I want to talk to you guys about. First thing, I posted it on my Facebook wall, it's a little bit old news now, but Michael Dorn has agreed that he will be and is working on a Captain Worf Star Trek series for television. I don't know where you guys were when you heard the news, but I was in class actually, and I kinda just happened to check my Twitter, and someone had posted something about it, and I had to leave and have a little freak out in the hallway, and then I returned to my class with a renewed energy in my life. Michael Dorn's been receiving, much like most of the cast members of any Star Trek, has been receiving questions on and on, is there going to be another movie, is there going to be another series, and he finally decided that it was time for someone to deliver, other than J.J. Abrams of course. So he wants to develop the character of Worf, develop him into the captain's position, and see where that goes. Now I'm really excited for this because I think it has a lot of potential to restore some faith in Trek. My only concern is that the current market for science fiction seems to be this kind of dystopian, you know, post-apocalyptic nightmare, really, and it's been trying to figure a way out of that. So it'll be nice to have a science fiction series on TV that is fresh, that is new, and that is positive. So I'm really hoping that he'll bring something to the table in terms of that. Also, I would like to see some wicked new technologies. Obviously, Star Trek has been known for being a flagship, flagship. In technological development, Star Trek has conceived some of the most basic technologies that we use today prior to their invention. I'm sure you guys all know this, the cell phone was a Star Trek invention. Needleless injections, so cool. Really hope that happens, by the way, because the needle hole thing, that's just upsetting. In terms of these new technologies, I'd like to see something along the lines of Endgame. Voyager's Endgame brought some of the sickest technologies to the Federation, and I would really love to see some of that continued, maybe a little bit of debate and debacle over the cloaking technologies as well. And of course I would love to see a cameo from the one and only Admiral Janeway. Say what you will, but she was hands down one of the best diplomats in the series, so I really hope that she maybe agrees to do something there too. Then again, this is still all being developed right now and there's nothing set in stone, so this is just me pitching crazy ideas that may or may not happen. But that brings me to what you guys want in terms of crazy ideas. What do you want to see in a new Star Trek series? Like I said, I did have a couple concerns, but I think Michael Dorn, more than anyone, probably knows what Star Trek means to the world, and he won't let Trekkers like you and I down. Oh my god, I said Trekkers instead of Trekkie! Whatever, it's 2009! So what are your expectations for Captain Worf? In other Trek news, Star Trek London just concluded. Obviously it was in London. This was a huge event for Trekkies, Trekkers, and Trek fans in London and England, and really all across Europe. It's one of the biggest events that has happened there in a long time, and it's certainly renewed a lot of Trek faith, I think, over there. It was great. We had all 5 captains. I say we like we was there. I was just following vicariously on Twitter. The stories and photos that you guys have been sending me so far have kept me quite quelled, and I was really excited to see that there were so many awesome Trek fans. The convention itself attempted a world record, most Star Trek characters in one place. I've yet to hear whether or not they broke the record, but I know there was the attempt made, I believe, on the 20th. So we'll see how that goes. The official counting still got to take place. If anybody else knows about that, tweet me, Facebook me, or email me, and I will get that news posted up as soon as I can. Now, I have a cool crossbreed of science and Trek to bring you. The Canadian Space Agency is inviting us to take a photo of somewhere that Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield has never gone before. So whether you Photoshop him in later, or you bring a likeness of him into the photo itself, They want to see you take a picture of one of our famous Canadian astronauts in a place he has yet to go. My favorite so far, he got a picture of his likeness with fellow Canadian William Shatner. For more info on this and how you can enter, I've posted a link down below for the contest itself. I know I've been planning to include a little more science news, but honestly at the time, and I think Trek is just as related to this, Americans, you got some elections coming up. It's time to think very, very hard about your politics. It's time to really consider what you want, and it's time to take to the polls. Get off Reddit, get off Twitter, get off Facebook, and get to the polls. When they open, that's where you need to be. This decision is going to define international relations over the next 4 years, which is why I'm asking you, do us all a favor. Do a bit of research before you make your vote. It's easy to watch the news and assume that what they are saying is the truth. It's easy to watch the candidates and assume that what they are saying is truth. And it's easy to receive propaganda from any party and assume that you're getting the truth. But the way that you can get the truth is going out and finding it for yourself. Do a bit of research. Be the devil's advocate. Be your own devil's advocate. See what policies you truly support. But finally, in some cool news and what I'm doing, I will be doing a live interview on the Neutral Zone on subspace-radio.net. It's with the world's only Ferengi DJ, so this is very exclusive. DJ Grom. And apparently Chad, the Orion slave girl, is going to be there too, so... Alright, Chad. Anyways, I'm very excited for that. And I will see you there. I'm also going to try and do it in-game, which means if you play Star Trek Online, my character will be at a bar. I'm not quite sure which bar. I did get my map from a bunch of Ferengi. Sorry, Grom. But, yeah. Led me to an asteroid belt. Wasn't a station at all. Wasn't even close to a station. So, anyways, I gotta hop back on my little ship there and get over to the subspace station. And that's where the radio interview will be. With Chad, the Orion slave girl. I am super, super excited to get back in touch with all of you. It's going to be a blast and a half. Keep on boldly going, live long and prosper, and let's keep on making the world a better place. One of the ways you can do this, just stay informed. Keep on reading the news. Have an active and informed opinion on pertinent issues, and soon enough you'll notice that you'll be able to make a change just by making a statement. And as we noted in Measure of a Man, that's a great deal of what Star Trek is all about.